Hey, this is Jack from Alphacharts with a state of the market video. Today is Monday, May 27th, 2024. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, thank you all for watching my video. It is Monday. Happy Memorial Day, and thank you to all the veterans out there. Let us get into some information. Okay, first off, all right, so normally my state of the market goes through all these charts, and then I also go into my internals I look at. Moving forward, I will be saving the second half of this video for my subscribers. Again, is a value add for becoming a subscriber. The subscription is only $10 a month. It's super affordable for everybody, and you'll not only get that part of the video, but you're going to get focus lists, midweek videos, market notes at least twice a week, scans, idea generation, annotated charts with, where I would consider buying or selling a particular name. It's really a phenomenal deal. And again, by using saving the internals for subscribers, again, it's just a great deal for only $10 a month. It's super easy. Just click on the subscribe button and you'll be right in. Okay, so please check that out. I will link to it below my Twitter or X handle, Alphacharts365. So you'll have this link right below the video, and I think that you're going to enjoy it. And again, it's not going to replace what you're doing completely and altogether, but it's going to be adding a lot of value to your process. So check that out, please. All right, let's get into these charts. We're always going to start off with the SPY. And so Thursday was an interesting day right over there, 523. So we did have a big bar. Again, it was reminiscent of this bar over here and some of these other ones, but I'm still not too worried about it. And the difference is this one sliced through all the moving averages and really, through the 9 and the 23 day, I should say. And this one went through the 9 and then recovered the next day. It was an inside day, similar enough to this. So could this roll back over? Absolutely, it's possible. But I think we have a very distinct area now. This 523-ish area, which this 23 days coming out through. So if 523 gets taken out, I'll probably have a much more cautious type of stance. But as of right now, I don't think that I don't have that type of caution from this bar as I did on this bar, if you recall. Again, if I'm wrong, 523 will get taken out and I will adjust as we go. But as of right now, I like the way this all looks. We have a strong uptrend and things are looking really good. On the week, you still had, well, it was actually even for the week, right? You had no progress at all. But after 1, 2, 3, 4 straight up weeks, you know what? A just little sideways consolidation isn't such a bad thing. So it was basically even on the week. RSP was down 1.25, and you see this one is going to look a little bit differently, and you do have a lower high on the weekly. So those are some differences. Just I think we got to take note of. We can see that we definitely have this general area. We'll call it 164-ish. That seems to be important. And we'll see where that goes. Let's go back to daily here. And again, it looks a little bit differently. And you have this 50-day right here around 160. We'll call it 165, right? That's about where it's at. 165. 164.80 is where it's at. And so now, right? So now you see the 50-day ended up being support here. So we can say, okay, we would expect it to continue to be support going forward. If this crashes through the 50-day, I think it'd be time to get maybe a little bit more defensive and raise some cash. Right now, we don't have that. Again, it is a lower high from this high right there. Again, that's significant. I'd like to see it take out this high. So for now, there's some, maybe some caution in there. But it's not, overly done. We are in power trend, and power trend doesn't tell you when to get out, but it does tell you when you may be in the meat of a move, and it has started. So that is, I think, important. Looking at the Qs, again, very similar, but very strong. I mean, you have a 50-day starting to turn back up. Everything looks absolutely fine. again, I think this 445. 445-ish has to hold. That's where the 23 day is. I think that's really important. Um, and you see, it was a nice solid week for the Qs, unlike the SPY, right? It was up 1.38%. So very, very strong week. I'm sure Nvidia had a lot to do with that and semiconductors in general. But overall, looks really, really good. Again, 1.38. The equal weights they were up only 0.26. Again, you see how it was the haves and the have nots. And this chart doesn't want to load, so let's just reset it. Yeah, I'm not sure why this weekly chart's not loading. Going back. All right, well, try one more time. All right, we'll just go up again. It's up against its area right there. Let's just zoom out here. See if it'll load this way. Yeah, I don't know why this equal weight chart's not loading. All right, but I promise you, this is here for a reason, and this is where it's pounding its head against right here. I think if we get to $90 and above, I think that we're absolutely out in the clear. And if we are, if we are below $90, again, we have to get through it, right? To the low, I mean, 86, 87 right here, called 87-ish. I think the 50 days got to hold now, right? If we're in an uptrend, we're going to start to see the 50-day hold. Okay, we don't want to see this kind of back and forth, back and forth. We want to see it hold and things to really move higher and really, hopefully, not even get to the 50-day. Hopefully, the 23 days enough. Looking at the mid caps, again, we have this kind of double. Some people may call this a double top. It absolutely is not. It would have to break 515 for this to be a confirmed double top. And we do have the 50-day, which it came down to. And again, buyers did show up there. Now we want to see a move higher from here. That would be very, very important, I think. Let's go to the weekly. Here's your weekly on here. Again, it looks real healthy, right near all-time highs. And that we said 515-ish or so. This 533 area is really, really important as well. Is that what we said? Yeah, we said, we said over here 40-ish. But again, just below it, 530. Very, very important on the mid caps and then small caps. Could this work out? This little inverse head and shoulders? Absolutely. If we start to move to the right and break this trend line, I think that this is, a very good possibility. Again, the 50-day held, that's a positive, but we do need to see further good price action out of here. I'm giving this market the benefit of the doubt to the upside. All right. On the week, we had a down 1.28. Again, that doesn't bother me because we had 4 nice strong weeks and the buyers did support it, and that's important. On the financial side, again, we have this very, very important, we'll call it 41-ish area, and that's right where the 50-day is, supported by the 50-day, and that's what I can go with, right? That's what we know. We know the 50 days showed support here. So if we break it, that would be new information. And that's what we're looking for, right? If we retest it again and hold again and then pop back up, absolutely fine with me. Right now, I think it's just kind of going through a consolidation. SMH, right at all-time highs. That's as good as you can get right there, right? Looks really good. Power trend is engaged now. And, again, it's extended, sure. Maybe we'll get a little pullback, but I can't see that much, I guess I should say, I can't see with semiconductors at all-time highs that we're in danger of a major correction or pullback. Again, XSD. Let's just look at for the week also, because we saw how good that the Qs had done, and you see 6%. So semiconductors played a very large role, and even better, we were up to 1.68, which was resistance here, and now we honestly smashed right through it. So I think that brings semis to the 306 level or someplace close to that, 300-ish maybe. That's fine. So that's a very nice little move that's coming up, right? Hopefully another 20% or so. I think that's roughly what it is. Getting a rough estimate, 25%, something like that. So semis look really good overall, again, up 6.1. And the equal weight semis, let's see what happened there. They were up 3%. Okay, not bad. Again, I'm gonna just expand this out, and you see how, again, it's just doing really, really well. Let me see. Okay, just want to make sure that was on log. Yeah, I mean, overall, looking really good. You may have some issues with this top line up here when it gets up to maybe 259, 260, but overall, yeah, nothing I'm too worried about, right? You could maybe do that, right? Maybe you could pull this down. We're just kind of line of best fit. Yeah, so it's a broadening pattern, but as of right now, nothing I would overly worry about, right? I think we have room to the upside here, and yeah, everything looks pretty good. Looking at IYT, so this was where my concern was, right? IYT, and it still is, right? Especially when it broke the 200-day, that's a problem. Now, it did recover it with an inside day here, but if we follow through lower here, that makes me a lot more cautious, right? This is a problem. I think it's a bigger problem that more people are giving it credit for. If it breaks, especially if it breaks lower from $63, if it gets under $63. That's giving us a lot of information. Um, it was down 3.36 on the week. And you say, well, that's all Uber and UPS and FedEx. Well, it was down 3.42 on the equal weights. So that tells you a lot of information there as well. It did stop right in this general area, but the equal weights are below the 200-day. And if it does fall below $75 or so, again, I think that's a very cautionary look. Doesn't mean head for the hills and sell everything. It just means that you may want to take some profits a little bit quicker or raise stops a little bit faster. That's it. The other one is housing, right? We have a significant lower high, which we've seen in some of the indexes as well. And this area, this 102-ish area, so far is holding. And you can see how we try to break it here. It did make a lower high, came back, retested that general area, 102 to 103. So far it held, but now we're underneath a declining 50-day. And yeah, that's a little cautionary in general. And we don't know exactly if this is going to break or not, but this could be a double top pattern if this breaks, right? That's a double top. That'd be legit, right? If 102 breaks. And you XHB, again, it's below the 50-day and it's trying to turn lower at right here. So, we could maybe do something like this and have almost like a diagonal trend line right there. And that's a problem if this breaks lower as well. So I think there is some concern. I don't think we're scot-free in this market. I think that, again, IYT is giving us some heads up that there's some issues. Now, if this recovers and moves higher, hey, great, we're in a power trend, let's go. If this continues lower and things start to stop out again, so when you really think about it, it's how your positions are doing, how many setups we're getting, and if they start to fail, I think that is confirmation of this, and take the feedback from your positions. All right, so overall, again, things are looking fine. Maybe mildly cautious at this point, but not overly cautious. I think if we break 523 on the SPY, 523.50-ish, that's a bigger problem. So we'll see how the week goes. Again, if you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe. I think you will like it. Definitely a ton of value for what you are getting. Okay. And again, all the internals and everything will be in my in-depth market report video that I'm going to do later for subscribers. So check it out. Thank you all very much. Have a great day.